Hello.
So what's
So,
happening, Ronald? Welcome back to my YouTube channel.
my name's Pun, and here's
So,
yeah, all good over here. So I've got a little update with Tappy.
ah,
I'm sure you've
amazing.
been waiting. Yeah.
So, do you want to finish?
After you left, I basically spent some time in the evening just kind of taking some pictures, doing some little short videos and stuff, just so I can work out what's going on. It's quite a little bit. Are you ready to hear it?
I am. But just in case no one knows what we're talking about or no one knows what Tappy actually is, if you haven't watched the first video, myself and Ronald have decided to buy a broken Mark IV Golf GTI for the grand total of... Ronald, would you care to share?
£450.
Yes, and as it's £450, you don't expect the car to be perfect, and I'm guessing you found a number of issues, Ronald, so would you care to share, please?
Cool. So, yeah. Let's start off with the engine. So when the car was dropped off, because we had to get it towed up from Kent.
Yes.
First thing we noticed is that the car couldn't really move in gear properly.
Mm-hmm.
It had a really sticky. It was really hard to kind of go into like first gear, and go into reverse actually. The guy who unloaded it managed to kind of get it moving, and then once I tried to move it myself into the garage, nothing much really happened. I had to literally just push it in there. So I think it's an issue with the gearbox. I don't think it's a gearbox failure, but it might just be like the gears are sticking, or there's some bushings that might need to be replaced.
Okay, so basically that was already something we expected from the car anyways. We already buying the car knowing that was the issue, right?
Exactly.
Cool.
So that was the first thing. Second thing was engine was misfiring proper. Engine was running quite rich as well.
And how did you find that out?
So literally, just kind of hearing it, and you can smell it in terms of the exhaust fumes was quite strong. So I mean that is like, okay, something's not running quite right, and it had a very erratic idle as well.
Oh yeah.
Save for hooking up with your diag tool, because when I ran the codes, it did come up with some misfiring on the cylinders, and also O2 sensor apparently doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
So that might, I'm not sure yet, I'll have to look this up, but that might explain why why, along with the cylinder issue, which I hope is not a major issue, why our car's misfiring.
Okay, we'll see. A few bits now. Okay, anything else that we need to add to the to-do list?
Standard stuff, brake pads, front brake pads need changing. Standard service, which we'll do anyway. Bodywork wise, God, list as long as your arm.
Yeah, the driver's side door looks like it needs to be adjusted because it's not opening and closing very well.
Exactly.
It feels door, like it's like off, a bit off in terms of alignment.
Yeah, off alignment. Don't know why. There's a little bit of rust as well on that actual door where it's misaligned. Okay. No, it's not on that side. It's on the opposite side.
That's on the passenger side, and
that's on the passenger side.
The boot I'm not happy with as well. So I think we need to, instead of doing the paintwork, I think we just need to replace it. It's cheaper to replace
time versus cost. It'll be cheaper to just replace it. Good thing about Golfs, especially Mark IVs, is that parts are plentifully available, so we don't have to worry too much about that. The rear window is broken, so that's like, okay.
Oh yes, on the passenger side we're missing a window as well. So for £450, expect to not have a window, people.
Yeah, literally. Like, that's your aircon really for the summer, to be fair.
Wait, does our car have AC?
It does actually, yeah.
Have we tested it?
Have I tested it? No. But it does have it. the matey who we bought it off, right, did actually he done like a few little delicate mods. So he's put lowering springs on the car.
Gosh.
The wheels, remember the wheels? We've got to ditch those wheels because I don't like them.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're horrendous. We need to put stock wheels on this car.
Stock wheels on the car. He's changed the head, as I'm looking at it right now. Changed the headlight bulbs. So I think they've got the ice blue ones. What else has he done? Change the speakers and the head unit. So it's actually got upgraded.
That's probably why there's like loose wires hanging off the around the boot as well.
Exactly. The car did have a little bit of mould on it, but I've spent today basically just cleaning that off as best as I can. So
health and safety first. Health and
safety first. Yep. Gloves, mask. Well, to be fair, good thing we're in this COVID stuff right now because
masks are plentiful.
We have plenty of masks. Exactly, masks are plentiful. Exactly. What else was it? So yeah, it was wheels,
misfiring,
window, misfiring, door, boot,
rattly exhaust, Tappy, which is why it's called Tappy.
That's why it's called Tappy.
In case anyone's wondered why we call it Tappy, it's because the exhaust is tapping.
Bonnet doesn't close.
Oh my god.
We need to change
we knew about that. We knew about
the latch. Yeah. I think that's about. Airbag sensor. Just to round it off.
Alright, yeah, just add to a never-ending list of bits, but...
Yeah. But you know what? It's fine. This is what we expected. We've already built this into our kind of projections in terms of, if we can make a little bit out of this project, it'll be a really good shout. It's our very first project, and super excited to get started because, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've messed around with a car like this, and should be good.
Yeah, exciting. Can't wait to see what we have to do to get this road legal again. And yeah. I mean, think of this, like, what kind of, like, for you made you decide that this was something we need to tackle, like why we need to get on to this car project and rebuild a broken car?
So I think it's just down to I was spending a lot of time during the lockdown sorting out my own car, my Z3. Had quite a long fail list on the MOT. Like all brakes needed changing, handbrake cable. What other stuff was it? And some engine stuff needed doing as well. But what was really cool is that I hadn't done up to this point hardly any of that. I've only really done brakes and just a generic service. So it was all new stuff, and it was just kind of like, bit by bit. Oh yeah, and also the control arms was all messed up as well. So it was just kind of like the confidence was building, and I was like, all right, do you know what? Z3's working fine, passes MOT, flying colours. Right, let's move on to something else to keep myself busy. And that's where Tappy came in.
Hey. Can't wait.
So, cool. So that's basically it, really, from us. If there's anything else you wanted to add, Pun, or you want to ask me anything?
I
mean, anything else?
Really appreciate the hard work, because literally my phone this week has been non-stop. I've just been getting video updates, photos, just every single day. There's always something you've sent me in regards to updates of this car, so it seems like you've been very excited to get your hands on this. So I can't wait to get to see the progress basically. And sounds like we've got some parts that we need to order, like a long list. So I would gonna go ahead and share some of that footage as well with everyone of what you've gone and found on the car as well.
Right, so today we have the Golf on the axle stands. We are going to, well, I'm going to, because Pun is not here right now. We're going to be diagnosing the misfire issue on the engine. So we hooked up the code scanner and realised that, hey, there is some issues with this car. First one is cylinder 1, cylinder 2 has got a misfire. There is low voltage going to the carb somewhere. And what was the other one? The other one was an issue with, oh yeah, rattly exhaust. But we actually know what that is. That's just some mounting brackets underneath the car. Just sits just above the exhaust. That's not actually connected properly. Again, don't know why. So today, that's what we're going to be focusing on. Alright, so when we look under the car, first of all, we notice that we've got lowered springs on front and back. We've also got old pads and old discs and a lot of cobwebs because this car was literally sitting outside for a great deal of time. Down here, looking at the auxiliary drive belts, they look okay, good to wear, but we know they've been changed within the last 5 years and the car hasn't done much mileage within that time. Okay, so with those bolts removed, the top of the inlet manifold comes off. Looked more difficult than it actually was, but with the right tools, it was kind of like a doddle. So I'm just going to put this back down now. There's some piping at the back, which I want to disassemble. And then I will lift off the inlet manifold, and then I will proceed to jump onto getting these sparks out. So back underneath the car, I had a heat shield that sits above the exhaust. There was some bolts missing, so I just basically just put some washers and some nuts in there just to sort that out. Moving further along, I found one of the reasons why when the car is idling, it's just completely loose. It's almost like someone didn't even bother to put it back together. But weirdly enough, with these little fastenings, it doesn't look like it actually needs a nut to secure it. So I'm going to get my screwdriver and my hammer. I'm just going to see if I can hammer that into place. If it holds, job's a good one. If not, then I need to get a nut and secure it in place. But inspection underneath the car, you know what, for a 20-year-old car, it's not actually that bad. I mean, Pun will tell you about his R32 one day. The rust that he saw on that was a lot more than what's on here now. And sometimes it can literally just be where the car is actually stored. But this one seems not too bad. But yeah, I'm gonna get that sorted out, and then we'll do a little quick wiggle test and see how that gets on. Fine. These type of screws or bolts, and the way the exhaust shield sits, you just need to hammer these back into place and they will stop moving. So this, along with what I'm going to do to sort out the exhaust, means that Tappy ain't going to be called Tappy anymore, because I'll fix all the things that's related to that issue. Right, I think I've figured out why Tappy has got its name. So this is our exhaust, as you can see, with a hole into nowhere. Literally nowhere. Right, I have cut a little bit around here just to kind of give it a bit more space. But that is not why our exhaust is rattling. Our exhaust is rattling is because there is a seam here and it is rattling. So obviously, as the sound reverberates down the exhaust pipe, it's still going to rattle. But not that difficult of a fix. Probably just put some JB Weld in there and job's a good one on that one.
Who thought, like, there's so many other bits underneath the exhaust? We just thought it might have just been, because the exhaust cutout wasn't big enough. We thought that was the reason why it was tapping, but it seems like there's other bits that was causing the loose exhaust.
Yeah, we'll get on top of it. It's this again. This is what I'm saying. It's what I like about the Golfs, man. They're just so easy to work on, man. Like, and if you worried about something major breaking, it's not the end of the world. Like, eBay's got plentiful supply of parts. They're so inexpensive, and also you can get lucky because obviously Volkswagen, being part of the Volkswagen Audi group, means that there are a lot of things that are cross compatible. So you could buy something for a TT, works with a Golf, and vice versa. So.
Simple.
In that case, yeah, good start, yeah.
Good start. Okay, I can't wait for us to get further into this build, at least get the car running perfectly again, and let's see when we get this MOT done in this car as well, so we can actually go around for a spin on this car. So basically, that's it for this week. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. If you're liking the content, make sure you hit the subscribe button and do like the video. See you next week, everyone.
See you next week, guys.
Bye bye.